My name is Mrs. Odukoya Onomei Victoria. I'm the Chief Learning Officer of Cardon Educational Global Services, and I'm the current PRO for NAPS Itamaga Ward, Ikorodu chapter.
This is Mrs. Acham from Cardon Comprehensive High School.
The name Cardon itself is from is an acronym from my husband's name, my children's name, and my name. Okay, so the C is for Clement, Anoluapo, Ronald, Donald, the O-N, Onome, which is mine.
My name is I'm a party unit teacher. I teach in Cardon Standard School.
Cardon Standard Schools was established in year 2010, and it started from having passion for being around children. Okay, so at first I was working at Alliance Group of Schools, and later I moved to the government school, government junior college to be precise, and I was taking agricultural science. But then it dawned on me that I still have more things to give out than just being in a secondary school teaching just agricultural science. And from there I started having the mindset of starting up a school and reaching out to as many children as I can.
One thing that makes Cardon Comprehensive High School very special is the fact that we include a lot of wonderful extracurricular activity, like we have vocational training for the students. We also have like games, and we go out for a lot of social events that prepares us for the world out there.
We want to create a difference. We are farmers. We want to create a difference. We are farmers. We want to create a difference. Good everyone, my name is Odukoya Bowen, and my colleague's name Oyedefi Foluwa. Children Mercy.
Oluwale Monday.
And we are from Ikorodu chapter. We are here to talk about a poetry, which is Family is the Answer, authored by Olushoya Fadiya, and the book name is Sunrise Poetry for Junior Secondary School. Poverty is soaring. Hunger is ruining. Hunger is growing. Poverty, hunger, and hunger. All these three traits coming together to consume human. Who will save us?
No one but family. Excessive and intensive farming is the answer. Let's all go to the farm to fill the grounds and sow the seeds. Hunger, and poverty pack the bags and baggages and flee.
So the vision behind starting Cardon Standard Schools has to do with reaching out to children that are less privileged. And okay, maybe I forgot to tell you that the school is an inclusive school where we attend to children with special needs. Okay, so the vision behind it is reaching out to children that are less privileged, reaching out to those children that need these special needs children. You find out that many of those children that are having these low or Down syndromes, their parents tend to keep them at home, and many of them have things to offer. But because the parents look at them that, oh, I don't want my child to be seen outside with me, I don't want my child to go out and people see my child, they lock them up. So we started Cardon Standard School. We decided to watch out and look out for children like that, and we attend to them. And the school started in 2010. Around 2016, the federal government was able to see what we do, because most of the time when we attend to these children, we just post our pictures on Instagram, Facebook, and they saw it, and somebody just called me from Abuja that, "Oh, you're really doing a great job." Then it was a child with special needs. They found out the child did a painting, and it was so beautiful then, and they called on us, and the federal government gave us a grant then. Then Here we were just having just bamboo. We used bamboo to make our fence. Just, starting up then was not easy.
What is it I love about Cardon Comprehensive High School? It's about our extracurricular activity because we are a school that is inclusive. Our curriculum spans beyond what we have in the regular normal curriculum. What do I mean by this? We engage our students in activities that equips them and makes them ready for the future, for the emerging global economy that we have, coming at us, because we have noticed a change in the trend of things, and these students need to be equipped with the capacity to ensure that they are ready for leadership positions in higher authorities.
My name is Rebecca Olaiwa, the student of Cardon Comprehensive High School. I'm a JSS Crystal. And the reason I love my school is that they take us to seminars and make us learn. And then we always win prizes when we come back. There's no place that we go to that we don't win prizes and come back.
My name is Ibrahim Alwajud. I'm the head boy of Cardon Comprehensive High School. I'm in SS3 Gold. The reason why I love my school is because my school is well equipped and well conducive. We engage in educational activities such as morning drills, conference, seminars, spelling bee, mathematics quiz. We usually engage in educational games such as chess, Monopoly, Scrabble. The reason why I love my school is that when we go out, we socialize with other students.
My name is Shonibaye. I am the assembly prefect of Cardon Comprehensive High School, and our school is so great. They teach us more about the things in the future. They teach us basic science, basic tech, agric, PhD, social studies, civic education.
My name is Oduwale Monde. I am a student from Cardon Comprehensive High School. I'm in GSS2. The reason why I love my school is that they take us to educative seminar. They make us to be bold. They make us to not be afraid of people that are higher than us.
My name is Ibrahim Alua. I say I'm Cardon Comprehensive High School. I'm in JSS2 Diamond. My school make us learning through taking us to conferences and debates and spelling bee also.
As they sit outside to learn, they learn with fun. We make learning easy. Technology as well. Technology makes learning easy. Why? Because it makes our work easy and fast.
Yeah, we don't just teach children alone, we ensure we see them through. We're able to target and get that thing that they are good at, and we groom them, we train them on doing better in it. Like I said, the school is an inclusive school where we train and bring up a total child. For example, we find out that a child is very good in media stuff, and we want to work on that child. Sometimes we find out that some of those children have stage fright. So what do? We start working on the child, maybe bringing the child out during assembly, taking the child out for competition to face crowd. So on that note, we are able to like relate with the parents. This is where your child is good at. Let us see how we can work on that child.
My name is Aide Pikolova. I'm a student from Cardon Comprehensive High School. I'm just a student. The reason why I love my school is because they have lots of activities, recreational ones, and ones with opportunities to meet other people, seminars and conferences. And we also have things to energize our body that to keep us strong in games, sports, and give us energy.
So one major thing that makes our school stand out is we ensure our children, our learners, are critical thinkers, and they are self-reliant. Take for example, like our pupils in the pre-scholar class, the baby classes, for example. We don't just say, okay, let's feed them by ourselves. We nurture them to feed themselves. By so doing, they do things on their own, self-reliant. We nurture them from scratch. Another thing is our school stands out in things that has to do with practical aspects. We don't just say, okay, let's just teach them how to work or how to do things, or just verbally, or just writing on the board. We take them out to farm. We have a school farm where they planted maize and some other things by themselves.
Hello everyone, my name is Bukaya Bolariwa. We are Young Farmers Club in Cardon Comprehensive High School, and we are here to learn how to eradicate hunger in Nigeria. I'm a team member of Young Farmers Club in Cardon Comprehensive High School. As you can see, we are trying to weed some plants beside this maize. What is weeding? Weeding is the removal of unwanted plants.
My name is Hussein David. I'm just a student. I'm a student of Cardon Comprehensive High School. The reason why I love my school is because they help us to build our professional skills, our confidence, and help us to build our IQ, help us to interact with people that are higher than us, and so many things.
So another thing is, like I said, we make them to be, we ensure we nurture them to be critical thinkers. So why they study, they play. Because one of the methods we use with them is playway method. In that way, we find out that some of our students are very good in chess playing. They play chess, chess helps them to think. They play Scrabbles. They don't just play ordinary games. They play games that make them think out of the box. And so when we ask them questions, or when they are asked to do things, they think out of the box, not just majorly on what you ask them on what they are doing.
My name is Ogumade Farida. I'm an SS3 Gold. I'm the head girl of Cardon Comprehensive High School. In my school, we have a lot of educative activities like quiz, spelling bee, mathematics quiz. And in my school, we have a lot of section. We have makeup section, we have fashion section, music section, and a lot more to explore.
There are a whole lot of them that cause this moral decadence in students. But the first one I want to talk about is the family, from the home. We find out that some parents don't even know their children. And when we in the school, they spend most of their useful time with us in the school. And when we tell those parents that these children are like this, they say, no, why do you want to blacklist my child? So most times these parents don't know who their children are, and they don't even want to know. When you tell them, they'll tell you, no, in the house the child is not like this. And that is why you find out that things goes wrong out there. Another one is the society at large. You see these children, they see people around driving big cars, and they don't want to know how they get the money to drive those big cars. They don't want to know how they work. This problem of Yahoo stuff, cybercrime is a big problem in the society also. Now you want to see these students thinking or seeing that in that aspect that, oh, I too want to drive a Homo Jeep, and they don't want to know the how to get that money. All they just want to do is drive Homo Jeep. I was asking a student sometimes ago, I said, if you are being given 20 million naira, what will you do with it? This one, you said you need money. And guess what? The student cannot even tell me anything. It was just like, I will enjoy with it, I will buy a car. No focus. When they're not focused, unlike in those days that you see people, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a banker, I want to be a pilot, and they will tell you reasons why they want to be that. But these days, it is not like that. Then another thing is peer pressure. Peer pressure. Peer pressure. Yes, peer pressure is a great influence to these students. You find out that they don't have a mindset of their own. They want to do what their friend is doing, even when it comes to time of them choosing the department they are to be, the course they are to take. You see, they want to do what their friends are doing, and that alone is not helping the issue. And like I said again, I said parents are a strong tool to moral decadence. Yes, because you find out even some parents, they are the ones that will buy these tools for their children to go into Yahoo. I have a special case here sometimes in 2020 during this 2019-2020 during the COVID-19 issue. You know, a woman have to borrow money from Lapo to buy laptop for the son in my environment, as in my community. And at the end of the day, you know, this whole thing came out when she was shouting and crying, telling the other guy, that the neighbor, that you told me under 6 months my son will start cashing out. Hello, ask how old is that boy? He's just 16 going to 17. And I was like, and I called her, what are you going into? She said, do you want me to kill myself? Nothing is working. At least Yahoo is working, and my son is good in computer. And you know, and I asked her, do you think your child cannot work out things with computer without going into cybercrime? You know, and she was like, Lapo is already holding her because they promised her that within 6 months our child will start catching out. So you can imagine that kind of parent. Okay, so the major role of parents in the children's life or in their child's life, these days we find out that those roles are not being played, and most of the time they tend to put everything on the school. You will find out that most of these children are from single homes where you have them just being trained by only their mother or by their father. And those of them that are lucky enough to have both parents together, most of the time you find out that about 80% of them, the father figure are not being felt in the family, because the men, they are either out there looking for money to pay for the family, and the child or the children per se are basically with the parent, with the mother. And these days we find out that some mothers are so loose that they don't even know their major roles in the lives of their children. Why do I say that? You find out that some of these women that are lucky to have their husbands with them, when their husbands are busy looking for money to fed for the family, they will be busy multiplying the amount of school fees or amount of money they want to collect from their husbands, you know, choking the man with too much bill. And that alone, you just see that the man will just be working. Then another aspect of it is the father figure are not really felt by the children. Some of them, since we have 20 to 30% that the fathers are fully engaged in the children's life. In Lagos State, for example, everybody are hustling. People that works on the island, on the mainland, they leave as early as 4 o'clock for work, and before they will come back, maybe in the night, the children would have slept. And sometimes weekends they will tell you they are going to practice. So when do they have time to attend to their children? When do they have time to rub minds with their children? And you see those children there, they have so much to say, but they do not have listening ears. Because sometimes you find, especially the mothers, some mothers are great, yes, and some are just errors. Some mothers are great in the aspect that they can do 4 or 5 things at the same time: cooking, doing assignments, cleaning, attending to this. My husband will soon be back, and you will see some zero. You care to know if I tell you that children tend to be afraid when you tell them that your father will soon be back. You see them, they start putting themselves together. Now those ones that don't have father, what do you think? Mind you, some single mothers out there, they are great. There is no how a woman is strong. There will still be a particular time that you need that father figure. So I would love to say that if you are a single mother out there and you are doing it well, kudos to you, and I pray you all reap the fruits of your labor in Jesus' name. For the fathers, if you are there and you're not doing your work, may God help you. So the role of the community in shaping the the life of a child is very, very important. Though some people will say the community tells the kind of child that comes out of it. Yes, there's sometimes it is not so, because even in the ghetto, you still find that you have children that are focused, you have children that are determined. So whatever a child wants to be, or whoever a child wants to be, does not really, yes, the community have a part to play. Your child grows in that community. It might not be your child today, it might be the child that your child will get married to tomorrow. So the kind of people in our society, the kind of people in our environment matters and goes a long way. So the role of religion in a child's life is also very important. Yes, like the Muslim brothers, I give it to them as you see them engaging their children in this madrasa that they call Ilekewu, you know. You see children, they go to school, and when they come back from school, they have been mandated to go to madrasa. And if those tutors there, as in the affairs that are in the madrasa, they are able to like take them on what they are supposed to take them, it is shaping their lives. For the Christians, wow, my wonderful brethren, I love you all. Yes, the doctrine of any child or any family is very important. If you are a Catholic, ensure your children attend church with you. If you are a Methodist, ensure your children attend the same church you go to, and let them learn about your doctrines, because those things help to shaping their lives. Sometimes you find out that parents will go to church and they will say, my child said he's not going. That is wrong, because when they go to church, they learn one thing or the other. It shapes their lives. If you are a redeemer, ensure your children goes to church with you, not that you go to Foursquare, your child goes to Redeem, and the father goes to Catholic. That alone has shown that the family is not united. So some of these policies that are also given by the federal government and the state government also does not help, in the sense that there's this policy, this major policy, that even I for one, I also have it in my school policy. When I'm employing a teacher, it is written in the staff policy, you don't beat a child. You understand? And that policy had come to state, was given by the federal government, and every state, including my own state here in Lagos State, we are using it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't help. You know why? Because these children already know that there is a policy that says don't beat me, and they tend to do whatever they like. They tend to do whatever they like, and even their parents are also not helping matters. You see some parents coming to school to fight, you know. Yes, it is not good enough that a teacher will beat a child and inflict injury on the body, but when parent comes to school to fight a teacher, you punish my child, you beat my child, how do you think that child will be ready to learn? That's where you see some of the children, they will even be telling their classmates, I've reported my mistress to my daddy. My daddy is coming to beat her. My mom is coming to fight her. My mom is coming to fight my master. You know, this same child is coming back to the school to learn. Hello, how do you think the child can concentrate when the teacher is teaching? The child will just be looking at the teacher like, what is he saying? He will do anyhow. My parents are coming to beat, just because of just that one policy that says do not beat. And that is why you see some of them, especially those in the public schools. In fact, I give kudos to teachers in public schools. For me, I don't think that policy is a nice one, because it is not helping the children. Discipline these days is out of it. In the private school here, we are just trying to ensure that we see how that can be worked on. Yes, there are other ways, there are other measures we can attend to children by disciplining them. Majorly, it does not really have to be with cane. It does not really have to do with beating. Some of these children, from their homes, they are used to beating. I have a parent here sometimes ago in 2013 that she doesn't know how to work with her. She has anger issue, you know, and she went as far as pouring hot water on the child's body because she's angry, you know, beating her child, breaking the head. Why? Because she's angry. Yes, many of them are depressed. The same way we have them as parents, we have them as teachers, because these teachers too, they are human. And that is why I used to tell my teachers, if you are angry with a child or with anybody, you don't teach. Just come out of the class count 1 to 100, drink water if that is your own therapy, and ensure you are calm. Because even when you beat a child now, in the next 5 minutes, the child will still be doing that thing that you beat that child for. For example, you beat a child or you beat a class where the students there are making noise. Believe me, that hand even using beating like this will start paining you. You need to take paracetamol. Then at the end of the day, in less than 5-10 minutes, you see those same children, this same set of students that you are beating, they will continue making noise. So there are other means, there are other ways you can discipline these children. You can tell them, stay on your naughty corner. There are some of them that can't do without talking. So when you tell such a person, for 5 minutes, face the board. For 5 minutes, stay at that corner. The child will like, mistress, I'm sorry. But when you say, some of them, they are so used to cane from their homes. Before you say anything, even we don't beat here, you see them telling you, mistress beats me, master, they will just do their hands like this. Why? They are used to cane at home. But at the same time, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Discipline has come to stay in Cardon, and we have various measures that we use. We use our naughty corner, we deprive them for what they like. We can tell them you will not go for break, you will not go for break. And when it is games time, they know our Fridays are always fun. We do a whole lot of fun times with indoor games. So when you offend or you are found, maybe you didn't do one thing or the other you're supposed to do during the week, you tend not to participate in those games, and you see them begging, pleading, okay, I won't do that again, I won't. So we've been able to work on those measures without using cane. Like I said, those policies that the government have given, don't beat my child. You will find children. There was this video that went viral sometimes ago, I think last month or so. The child went to school late and the principal was like, hell no, you can't stay in the school, go back home. And guess what? The aunt came to school to fight. Yeah, she came to school to fight that, no, why will you send my child home? She left home 8:30. How can a child leave home 8:30? School starts from assembly. Hello? School starts from assembly. Some schools, the assembly starts 7:30, some 7:45 to 8 o'clock. A whole lot of things happens on the assembly ground. Take, for example, the new national anthem. For you to teach these children, aside from all the times you teach them, they also have to recite it on the assembly. So a child that is coming to school 8:30, 9 o'clock, how does that child want to recite the national anthem, the new national anthem? Are we going to set a time separate for such a child? And at the end of the day, you find out that children are giving birth to children. And that is why you see a girl of 18 years old already have a child, and you see her bringing a child to school. And because even that girl of 18 years old is still meant to be under supervision of the parents, and that child is finding herself now supervising maybe a child of 3 years old. So you find out children giving birth to children is a big case for us in the school. But by the grace of God, God will help us to manage them. So when we look at broken homes, it does not really help to shaping children, because even two people are doing it, they are trying to mold the lives of their children. It is still difficult to talk less of just one person. So you find out that children from broken home, especially when the children are already grown a little bit before the home is being broken, and they are used to two people, and they find out that it is just one person they will be seeing. It does not really help them. The children are traumatized, and most of the time we have them here in school, and when they come to school, some of them tend to be out of class, as in their minds are not always in class. And when you ask them, they will tell you, my daddy did not come home. Another one is homes where the parent fights all the time. It doesn't help the children, because they come to school, you see them with faces not even cheerful, and once you ask them, some of them might not even talk, but if you're close to them, they will like, my daddy beat my mom yesterday. They fought. You see some of them coming to school, they will be sleeping in the morning, and when you ask, they say, you didn't sleep all through the night. Why? My mommy and daddy, they were fighting. Those things are not good enough for the children. it makes them fall into trauma. And most of the time you see those children wanting to be like their parents, and that's why you see a boy child trying to beat up anybody that just maybe you just step on him. Instead of say sorry, you see the child wants to fight. There is one that I saw, there's this case I saw, the boy of about 7 years old, at all time you see him defensive measure, and I was like, what's this? And by the time I met with the father, I knew where he got that from. So parents out there, you are not helping the children. Your child will be 101% of what you are. So whatever you are doing out there, ensure you're doing it right, because you are molding lives, not files. Bullies can come in all sort of form: physical bullying, verbal bullying. You see, some of them, they have bad mouths. They can bully their friends, and you see all this crying based on what the classmates have told them. And they don't say it to be something. And when we invite parents on such issues, they'll say, the other child should have abused her home back now. Those things does not help to shaping a child. Bullying starts from home sometimes. When children see their parents fighting, they see their siblings fighting, they see people in their environment fighting, before you know it, they too want to practice those things. Because these days we used to tell children, we used to tell people, practice, we used to tell teachers especially, practice what you teach. And I'm telling parents now, practice whatever you teach your children. And bullying should not be part of it, because it does not help. Okay, so I would love to say that parents out there, education is very important. Some parents says, I went to school, what am I doing with my certificate? And me saying that alone to their children tends to make their children have lesser interest in studying. All they want to do is to make money. But I tell you today, when you are educated, it goes a long way. In anything you do, it creates a difference. So as a parent out there, I want to plead that anything that will take you to ensure your children are educated, please give it to them. You buy them houses today or cars. When you die, those things will go. But whatever education you've instilled into your children, they remain there forever. For the government, I want to appreciate Lagos State government especially. They are doing fantastically well. They are doing great. They are doing massively. And I said it to Lagos State, I give it to you. Lagos State is a pace setter, especially in the education sector. Because whatever Lagos State do now, other states are yet to even do. Take for example the CBT exam stuff. When WAEC came up and said they are going to start CBT for WAEC, and I was like, some states were like, how are we going to do it? In Lagos State, primary six model exams. If you want to try to be in any model school in Lagos State, they have to write the exams as in a CBT, so they've already started that. So it's not going to be an issue for us here in Lagos State. I love you all. Cheers.